What is going on out there, YouTube fragrance community? Hope you're doing great, smelling great, feeling great, and doing great things. Thanks for joining me here on my channel, Stephen Sturgill. I'm your host for the next few minutes. Guys, today, and I have been on an oud kick for a while now, as you well know, if you've been tuning in. We're looking at this bad boy here. This is Versace's Oud Noir. And it's nice, simple bottle. It's got the nice Versace face imprint. Sort of a Roman imperial era type motif. I don't know if the camera can get that or not. Trying to make it focus. So, focus. Well, trying to trick it. There it is. There it is. Okay, finally. And it says Oud Noir. There we go. 100 mil, 3.4 fluid ounces. Monza, Italia. Hecho in Italia. Fabricata in Italia. Euro Italia. Anyways. The good, the bad, and the ugly, guys. Let's get into it. This is going to be a fairly short review. I don't know who the nose is on this. I apologize. Could not find out who that is. But in a way, I'm not sure I would take credit even if I... whoever the noses were, and I assume it was a team of noses. I'm not sure I'd want my name totally associated with this frag, and we'll get into that in a second. Basically, I'm sure there's a multitude of other molecules in here and elements of scents, not scents, but S-C-E-N-T, aromas, scents. This was dropped in 2013, so it's been on the market for quite a while, about 5 years, obviously. Leather, agar wood, oud, and some kind of oriental woodsy notes and spices. There's pepper in here. We know that much, pretty much for sure. Maybe nutmeg, maybe a little jasmine, I don't know, something. Maybe a little cedar, something resinous. Something smoky, and that's about it. I don't know what all may or may not be in here. There may be something resembling tonka bean and a very, very light, ultra light hint of vanilla, but nothing that you can readily pick up. Just something buried deep into the base. Maybe even something like a little bit of orange rind or something, or lemon peel, but not at all zesty. It's very muted and very much in the base. Let me spray this and we'll talk about it. This has been compared to Versace Man, which I believe was discontinued. One on the wrist and one on top should do. Okay, so at the very opening, it's kind of spicy for sure. So maybe there is some cardamom, I'm guessing. Possibly some white, black, and pink pepper. I would pretty much bet there's some sandalwood in here. Maybe a hint of cedar or pine. Something resinous for sure. There's leather in here for sure. It's a little bit muted. It's a little bit soft for sure. It's not this powerhouse in your face. It's a little bit animalic, but very soft and creamy. The oud in here, guys, is not at all the strong, pungent, almost rancid, sour oud that can so often turn a Westerner off to the idea of oud entirely. This has just a hint of something like molecular civet. But it's overall what I would classify as extremely mild oud. It's oud, but it's very round, velveteen, and soft. It's very moderated by those other other spices. So all in all, it's nice. It's a very nice scent. It is. It's one of the better oud scents available in the West, or that is done by a Western house for primarily the West, Western Hemisphere, I should say. But doesn't have a great performance. It's nowhere near beast mode. I'm not even sure I would classify it as middling. It's on the weaker side for sure. And I would say that within 30 minutes to an hour, it dies down to a very mild scent bubble. And after about another 3 to 4 hours, it's all but gone except on the skin, which means you have to be right up on someone unless they're sweating, that can sort of reactivate it. But even then, it's never going to become more than a very light, mild scent bubble. So, for a fragrance that retails at around a suggested $155 or more at Nordstrom's and Macy's and the like, I say do not buy this frag unless you can pick it up at a discounters for around 50 bucks, give or take $10. If you can't pick this up for about $50 to $55, personally, I say buy a decant or get some samplers and see how that sits on your skin. See if you're willing to put it up with the pretty terrible longevity and projection. Because the scent itself, again, is quite nice. I wouldn't say it's necessarily mind-boggling. It's not really breaking new ground. It's not overly complex. It's certainly not overly simple either. But I would say this is about a 3-note, 1 accord type scent. You're getting about 1 accord and about 3 notes. That's it. Anyone that tells you there's a lot more going on in there is lying through their teeth, or they have bionic, nano-enhanced olfactory powers of smell, I put it that way. But it is a very nice scent. Again, if you can't pick it up for about $50 to $55, 60 outer limit. For me, it's a pretty big pass, simply because performance is simply not justified by the higher dollar amount. Like if you end up spending 80 to 100, for me, you're wasting your money at that performance versus dollar bang for buck value, metric, if you will. I wouldn't do it. But in and of itself, it is a nice frag. However, I don't think it compares all that favorably to Tom Ford's Ouds, which I think pretty much just beat this one all over the, black and blue all over the face, hands down. But then again, is there really a price comparo? The Tom Fords are selling for, a smaller amount of the Tom Ford stuff is retailing for about between $155 to $180. So, or $165. Huge price difference. And I believe most of Tom's Oud collection is much newer, or at least a bit newer than this guy. Again, that's 5 years old, been around the block, and then some. It's to be expected. And Tom Ford is simply, for me, a higher line uber frag. I mean, they make uber awesome, uber delicious fragrances that cost a lot. I mean, next to really uber expensive niche markets. So I'm gonna stop saying Uber. That's enough. I feel like I'm being a rep for the Uber car company or something. But for if you're not spending, in other words, if you're not spending at least $200 to $400 of fragrance, like very upper tier niche frags, I think that Tom's are about as good as it gets. For bang for buck, and in terms of they really smell high dollar designer. They kind of straddle that really strange tight gray space between ultra niche and ultra high end designer. I think that's, and even in Tom's own line, you've got the private selection. I think that's what it's called. So there is some variance there between how fantastic and how elite and how rare you want to spend for, and what you want to smell like. I mean, you could go Atelier, you could go House L'Artisan, you could go through what are the other ones? I just ordered a new one. I'm excited for it to come in. Who was it? Let me check who that guy was. See if I can pull up my email real quick. It's also a French designer house, kind of niche, kind of designer, more designer, but a little bit niche. Not that common. Probably a lot more common in France than here, but even at that, it's not, it's not a big ultra famous house. Let me see if I can sign in real quick. Bear with me, I apologize. Let's see. Okay. I think I got it through Fragrance Net. Might have been Fragrance X if it wasn't Fragrance Net. Let me check. Okay, I got a tracking order here. Okay, that wasn't it. Maybe it was Fragrance X. Let's see. So far, not finding it. I know I've got it coming. I'm not making this up. Where is it? Oh, God. Right when you want to find something, you can't find it no matter what you do. I can't stand how this works. Okay. Okay, please go. Oh, God. Finally, yes. You could go Elie Saab as well. I've got that coming. And that is going to be the Essence number 4 Oud. Unisex. I got this light sort of peach rose colored liquid juice. And I cannot wait. I've heard great things about that house. Very French, very refined, very upper tier. Sorry that took so long. I apologize. Anyways, that is going to do it. So all in all, guys, this is a fine fragrance for what it is. Smells nice. It smells refined. You know, it's slightly soft, slightly sweet. You get a little bit of that pepper and cedar and whatever else is. I'm pretty sure there's some sandalwood. There's definitely something to my nose, slightly citrusy somewhere in the base, but it's very soft and very subdued. But again, and there's something kind of animalic and almost civetty in there as well. But the performance of this fragrance is quite weak. And so I would more than understand if you guys want to pass on it because you're not comfortable spending, you know, $75 to $100. Again, you can pick this up if you look around for as low as around $52, $53 online if you go through some of the discounters or Amazon or eBay. If you want to get a sample, you know, I would suggest you ask for a sample or buy a decant before you pull the trigger on the bottle. But it is a good scent. I'm not trying to scare you away. I'm just saying that value proposition-wise, it's not all there for me. But it is a very nice scent. You're going to have to decide whether the trade-off works for you and your pH skin type, whether you want to put up with a fragrance that pretty much largely disappears after the first 2 to 3 hours. Do you want to have to travel with the decant or a small travel spray size to reapply? At $50? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. That's all I have to say on it. It's a fine fragrance. I wish the longevity was there, but it's not. I wish projection was better, but it's not. It's okay. could be way, way better. And really at that price point, guys, especially the full retail of $155 at top tier department stores like Macy's and Nordstrom, it really, really should have been and needs to be. So word to Versace, come on guys, you can do better, and you know it. Again, I wish I knew who the nose was on this so I could write them a couple of emails and say, please make the longevity and projection stronger and better and longer lasting. That's going to wrap it up, guys. Sorry I took that time out to look for that email. I apologize for that. We will see you next time. Spray often. If it smells good, spray well. And live life on your terms, not someone else's. Peace out. See you next time. Maybe with another oud fragrance. Maybe not. Got to tune in.